low-scoring scrap all day, and Hawthorn undermanned, had the advantage by 13 points going into the last quarter. Barnes wins the tap. Through goes Couch. Hawthorn's defence resolute. Collins helped up the ground by Crawshay, who's done well in the ruck. Oh, this is terrific by Hawthorn through the middle. On the run is Tallis. Out in front of Minton Connell. He can't take the mark. It spills to McGrath. He palms off an opponent, but he's given it back to Hawthorn. Langford played the first half at fullback. He's now moved up the ground. Jarman, quiet early, hopes the pass, and the mark's taken by Cooper.
Well, this is the side in which Geelong attacked from. Gibson has already kicked a goal.
Shannon Gibson in his first game.
But Geelong really didn't kick accurately from goal from this pocket.
In the third quarter, the Cats managed 1 goal, 8. This is not a bad effort by Gibson. First gamer, he's measured that better than the home team, and he's kicked a goal. Well, Geelong had pot shot after pot shot and couldn't get one from there, and look what happens to the youngster, the visitor.
2 goal, one to Gibson. His first 2 kicks. First was a point, the second a goal. And as Drew just mentioned, Geelong really did bomb away from that flank in the third quarter and just could not capitalise as far as the scoreboard was concerned.
So 19-point advantage to the Hawks. Crawshay and Barnes miss it. Jarman kicks the ball forward to Deere. Deere been very lively at centre-half forward. Swings onto that left foot. Sits it on top of O'Connell's, Minton O'Connell's head. Grabs hold of the foot. He shoots. And unfortunately for Hawthorn, this could be a free kick.
Too high, said the umpire.
Simon Minton Connell with 1 goal in the second quarter. Ben Graham's done a reasonable job at fullback on him. Now has a chance to increase his Hawthorn lead, and they really have been a supercharged side today. 35 metres Minton Connell will kick from.
He's running in 45.
Moves in, very deliberate approach to goal. Ben Graham jumping around on the mark. Kicks and kicks very well indeed. 10th goal to Hawthorn. Connell gets his second, and the first 2 goals in this decisive last quarter go to the Hawks.
The Eagle back in the middle. This is a big break to the Hawks. Crawshay wins in the middle, beating Barnes, who's been the star ruckman of the competition this season just about. Hand past Mansfield, back to Barnes, off to Gary Hocking. Wide he goes. Scholl has been a great player from the half-back line. Up to Simpson. Short pass is very wide. Not to the advantage of the side. Hickbott caught in a good tackle. It comes to Ablett. Hurried kick. Brewer! He misses. You couldn't blame the wind for that. It didn't get above worm height. 4 behinds to Brewer.
Riccardi off and Lynch on, and also warming up is Lord, Aaron Lord.
Mark Graham on his left foot goes in short. Dangerous. Couch nearly pinches it from Cooper. Tudor breaks through. It ends up back with Graham. On his right foot this time, sends it out wide in the Rodman direction. Simpson punches from behind. Jarman, just with a silky smooth class, picks it up beautifully, hugs the boundary line. The ball favours Scholl. Scholl, who's got many possessions across that half-back line, kicks into the middle of the ground. Woods tries to keep Lynch off the ball, crashing through his Langford. Does it very well indeed. Gives it over to Collins. Collins on to Bunn. Bunn with no one to kick goes long. A vacant centre-half forward position. Minton Connell meets the ball, overruns it. Graham does pretty well. Caught. Fantastic pressure just off the square. Stevenson off the ground. McGrath goes at the football. Woods, good early. Gives it out to Bunn. Bunn from a very difficult kick, and Paul Brown will mark.
Luke Tudor off for Geelong, and Aaron Lord on as the free kick's going Hawthorn's way.
In fact, going down the ground, and Shannon Gibson plays on confidently onto his left foot and has missed. 10-12 Hawthorn, 72. Geelong trail 5-17-47.
And also during that passage of play, co-captain Ken Hinkley was interchanged, and Billy Brownless is back on the ground. He's been on the bench for the last 2 quarters, Billy. So maybe Gary Ayres is starting to get desperate because Lord hasn't had a run all day. and gets his first in the last quarter. It looks desperate. It's 72-47. And Hawthorn are getting all the ball in the last quarter. Crochet to Tallis. Kick by Raiden Tallis. Open forward line. Minton Connell's there, but closing the hole is Brown to take the mark.
Goes short to McGrath, 10.5 back.
Here's Tim McGrath, still inside the defensive 50. Support from Mansfield. Gary Hocking's hand pass on the bounce, made it tough for McGrath. They've lost it. Oh, he gets a free kick. It's coming back to Michael Mansfield, who was All-Australian last year and only third in the club best and fairest.
Michael Mansfield kicks it very high ball to centre-half forward. David Minch has to wait underneath it with a pack of players. Off to Brewer, great handball to Lynch. Simpson goes back to Shepherd for him, and unfortunately Paul Lynch had unloaded the ball. And really a wasted opportunity there for the Cats.
Shouldered that earlier too. He was in a position to kick the ball and just gave a little one in front as it happened there, and Geelong turned it over.
Well, Geelong must get something out of this attack to be any chance in this game. Hickmott knocks it forward. It eventually ends up back with Hickmott. Terrific handball to Pickering. Pickering kicks the ball. Ablett with the set, unable to mark. Recovers better than anyone. Kicks it round his body. Simpson! Simpson has dropped the mark that we would expect him to take. And that is a huge let-off for the Hawthorn side. And perhaps he could even know where he was to let the ball go through. The Ryan kick short.
You can almost see Simpson blushing there. He's made 2 howlers in a minute.
And the ball's kicked out of bounds in the fall by Taylor. And Adrian Hickmott will take the kick.
The Cats need a rush to get back into this game. Brownless. It comes back to Billy. Fires the hand pass, but it's chopped off by Woods. Ex-Collingwood, ex-Fitzroy. Tony Woods, the hand pass hasn't cleared the area yet. It's paddled. Holland gets it up the ground. Crochet's been a real surprise in the ruck. The hand pass across the half-back line. Running onto it is Young. It's a young side, almost a nameless Hawthorn side, but they're poleaxing Geelong at Kardinia Park. Crawford's stats not brilliant, but he's played it like a terrier today. The kick by Crawford. Jarman. They've lost control of it, and out of defence Pickering. On his own Barnes, he's marked 40 metres in the clear as he's done all day. To Scholl, who's had a mile over leather. Minch is there. He goes to ground with his opponent. Woods for Hawthorn. Lord tackling. It's high, says the umpire. Free kick to Holland.
Well, Holland hurt himself before, and I don't think he's fully recovered. It took a long time to get to his. You can see there he's very slow in getting to his feet.
72-48. And Geelong would need to just about double their score to get up and win this.
Holland kicks out wide. Mansfield in front. Langford contests beautifully. Stevenson kicks the ball forward. Graham with a beautiful left-handed punch. Back to Hocking. Hocking measures the handball in front of McGrath. Sits nicely for him. Turns him inside out and then comes back boundary side and puts Scholl in all sorts of trouble. Gary Hocking again, terrific, starting to get touches. Trying to measure this off. Trying to get a teammate to run for him. Nothing on and then goes short to Mansfield. Great poise. Gives it off to Pickering. Great shepherd from Mansfield. Goes long. Brownless. Brewer reads it beautifully. Kicks it round and goal. Fantastic kick from Shane Brewer. 6 goals now to Geelong. Hawthorn 10.
If it's happening in sport.
Well, perhaps that goal could be a turning point for the Cats. 13 minutes left, and they're not that far behind that they're totally out of it. But their play today would suggest that it'd be a miracle if they could get up and win this game. They certainly had plenty of shots at goal. In the third quarter, they kicked 1 goal 8. They just couldn't buy a goal. So if they can start to get accurate, maybe they can win. But Hawthorn have been great, undermanned. Leading the race is Lord. Fresh legs on in the last quarter. Overruns. Young going in there, well played. Make sure he got a ball up out of that. Ball up centre wing. 10-12 to 6 goals 18. Gary Ablett has kicked 4 of their 6 goals. A two-hander by Barnes, but straight to Jarman. Hurried kick goes straight out of bounds on the full, and the free kick in will be taken by Mansfield.
Mitch Mansfield right in front of the Channel 7 commentary box, goes in short to John Barnes and finds that player on his chest.
He's presented himself well as far as options go, Barnes, today.
Taken 13 marks.
John Barnes looks in the Bill Brownless direction, jumps early, nearly a good mark in front from McDonald, and the ball's forced out of bounds, virtually right on the 50-metre line. Geelong in attack, and the Cats trail by 18 points.
13 marks by Barnes. Next best on the ground, Mensch 7 and Holland 7.
Adrian Hickmott reads it well off the pack, and the ball is smothered by the Hawthorn players. And that's been indicative of their play all day. Their tackling numbers have been terrific. Adrian Hickmott on the bench early has got some possessions since being on the ground. Brownless and Robert. Matthew Young, terrific handball, sets Butch in the free, breaks the tackle, then unloads with a very wobbly kick, clears centre half back. Running onto the ball is Paul Brown, traps it beautifully, has an ability to set it up again with Simpson. Simpson has Lynch in the clear, goes back onto his left foot and kicks it in the Holland direction, who should mark, and drops on. Had a fantastic third quarter. Brewer short, Ablett punched away by Graham, recovers beautifully off the ground, 1 point. Holland dropped that mark and took 6 in that third quarter gone.
I thought Ablett for that split second was going to kick. That was a terrific effort by Ablett to just get his foot the ball and screw it around. He's a man with a lot of talent.
Mark Graham to bring this ball back in for Hawthorn. 17-point margin to the Hawks. Kicks it long. Holland pushed off the ball. Falls to Brewer. Brewer short to Lynch. And Lynch marched right on the 50-metre line.
Most of the day on the bench, Lynch. Short pass into Shane Brewer.
Should kick this Brewer or score at least. Let him go from 50.
Coming up for his 18th disposal. 1-goal 3. Strong breeze for him. His right to left. 50 metres out's a long way. It's a raking kick by Brewer. Oh, is it there? It might be. A goal. They got home by 1 centimetre.
Well, his second goal for the quarter, Brewer. As we mentioned earlier, gave him a rap, a gifted player, and he showed his talent then. He let that go from 50 metres. It held up. Let it go from outside 50. A big kick from Brewer. The pack flew, but it was over the line. Jason Taylor about to come on for Hawthorn.
The 11-point margin to Hawthorn as the Cats drive home in this important game at Kardinia Park. Barnes with his left hand. Bunn picks it up, smothered in the centre of the ground, and we'll have another bounce. 10 minutes of this game to go, and it really is closing in to end up in a cliffhanger, you would expect. Terrific punch. Hall gets a very ordinary bounce. Paul Couch onto his left foot, swings it round back into the centre half forward direction. All players at the football. Terrific commitment from all players. And the ball is smothered. Centre half forward, 65 metres from the Geelong goal.
They've been a committed bunch today, Hawthorn, and Geelong realising they've got a sniff of it now, showed great commitment in that contest.
Well, the Hawks kicked the first couple of goals of this term and their margin got out to over 4 goals, but here come the Cats. Lord didn't have it. Lord, free kick.
Well done by the youngster. He knew he had control of the ball, didn't take it. He had it covered all the way. And the boy that got nearly 25 possessions, or well over 20 possessions in a final last year, still developing. Got his chance. Coming off is Chris Langford. Taylor going on to centre half forward as Lord lines up for Geelong's 8th goal.
Aaron Lord to get the Cats to within 1 straight kick, and he's done it. So the Cats have kicked the last 3 goals, and the margin is 5 points.
Well, the umpire really made that seem dramatic, took his time to signal a goal. The crowd behind the goal cheering as the ball went through. Not a great kick off the boot. Still, it found its mark. A lot of confidence, Lord, the young fellow.
So terrific bounce by Sheehan. Porsche punches forward with the fist, then follows it up. Tries to set up Stevenson and does. Stevenson kicks long. Flyers wanted here. Ben Graham almost. The ball slips out the back. Scholl, great tackle on Mitton Connell, and that is holding the ball.
Gee, they were lucky to get away with that, Geelong. Hawthorn had the numbers. Maybe that's 50.
Brad Scholl with 27 possessions today. It's been a terrific play up the back. Kicks out wide. Mansfield alone and marks. Plays on quickly. Pickering trying to set up Brown. Brown does terrifically well for the second time in this quarter. Falls to Paul Lynch. Lynch running through the middle of the ground. Kicks out to Brown. Oh! Unfortunately, went a shade early, and Holland has taken a very, very good mark. Out wide, Bunn just settling things down. And Hawthorn really do need to recover from this onslaught from Geelong. Paul Deere gets McGrath out the way, chips inside. Mansfield with a very average bounce. Ends up with Stevenson on his left foot. Shoots. Goal! Hawthorn increased their lead.
Well, it was some great work starting at centre half back from Holland. Took the mark. And then there was a show of strength by Deere.
Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that
getting
at
away
the
from
end of
McGrath.
today's game, please
Taylor coming on, Richard Taylor coming on. Did the right thing, Mansfield, backed himself in.
Before coming on to the
Stevenson, his second.
So Scott McLaren back in the centre. The Hawks eke out an 11-point lead. Mateta hit in the middle of the ground, and the ball was in a jam of players, and another bounce will take place. So 7.5 minutes to go. This pretty exciting game of football at Kardinia Park.
Brown coming up the ground, the Geelong runner going out, making a change. Graham going back. Brown now picking up Richard Taylor.
Ball clear. Simpson picks it up. Kicks towards centre half forward. Sitting underneath it is Holland. Falls beautifully for McDonald. McDonald out wide to Young. Young sets up Collins. Collins is chipped along the boundary line to Stevenson. Taps it inside to Woods. Wood again tapping. The Hawks trying to set something up here. Stevenson really has set up Taylor. Taylor chased beautifully by McGrath. Simpson just takes his eye off the ball when he really shouldn't have. Deere, big and strong. Left foot. Jarman. Fantastic punch from Graham, and it falls to Barnes.
Barnes off to Tim McGrath. Bumbles a kick into the centre of the ground. Awkward for Pickering. Dishes out a good hand pass. Scholl's been fantastic from defence. The kick by Scholl. Ablett in front.
Geez, look over the first couple of yards, Ablett. Exceptional. Those all the Ablets. Brothers before him. Jeff, who played on the wing at Hawthorn. And also Kevin, who played at both Richmond and Hawthorn, as did Jeff. I mean, Jeff also played at St Kilda for a while.
Scholl has had 29 possessions in his best game of 9 for the Cats. Ablett goes for the goal. It swings back, right through the middle. He's got 5, and the Cats are still alive.
Wake up to Rex Hunt and the #1.
Well, I reckon we're getting more excitement than we bargained on here. It was scrappy, low-scoring, inaccurate, but it's really come to life in this last quarter. Both teams throwing everything at each other. Cooper to Collins. Great pass but dropped by Jarman. Jarman good enough to get back to Collins. On his own is Deere, and he marks on the 50. It's 5 points the difference. Hawthorn just in front. 5.5 minutes left. Stevenson. Yes! Top mark to drag it in with one hand and then steady it with both.
It was a good kick by Deere because he looked down the ground. There was just nothing presenting itself in the foot, right on the full forward line. Went right across ground. And Stevenson did well because he was, see there, 2 Geelong players coming in to contest.
He's already kicked one in this last quarter. This is not another one. Breeze gets it away to the right-hand side, and it's out on the full in the forward pocket. He has kicked 2 goals too, and the crowd at fever pitch.
Yes, indeed. The excitement certainly isn't in this last quarter. Tim McGrath will have to kick over the mark here. He has been given 5 metres by the umpire. He kicks out wide. Half-back flank for Geelong. Barnes stands his ground. It falls to Hocking. A mill of players there. And another ball up. 65 metres from the Hawthorn goal. And the intensity in this last quarter has just been sensational. Geelong really coming at Hawthorn now. Barnes kicks the ball out of the air and is allowed to go out of bounds. And another throw in a very, very similar spot as before. We're still going mainly across the ground. Hawthorn have led at every change by 10 points, 13 points and 13 points. And now in front by 5. Scholl again for another possession. Really has broken up the game from the back. Holland, as he's done all day, marked well. Unfortunately couldn't control that one.
See, they're questionable, aren't they? Minch had hold of Holland. You can see there, Holland appealing to the umpire, but the umpire on the wrong side of that contest didn't have clear vision.
Minch gets the tap forward. Minch has to sit and wait. Young on hands and knees, handballs the ball forward. Bunn under pressure from Brewer. Great contest on the centre wing, right on the Coca-Cola side, and a throw is given against the Hawthorn player, and Sean Simpson will take the kick. Quickly gets it on. Minch is sitting underneath it, goes early, free kick, no, Holland has been paid the mark.
I thought that Collins might have infringed there. Holland, hasn't he done a workmanlike job in the second half?
Been fantastic since half-time. Took only 1 mark to the long break. He's taken 8 since half-time. Equal leading mark taker in the competition, Nick Holland, former South Australian.
Pretty tough. He copped the one earlier last quarter.
Time down to 3.5 minutes left. The Hawks by 5 points. A punch by McGrath. It sits for Barnes. He turns into trouble but gives it to Pickering. Short pass by Pickering. Across the face of goal. Charging hard at it, Cooper, but overruns. Hickmott, short pass, Lord! No mark, spoiled by Bunn. Holland again, gets the ball out to Tony Woods. Delisted by Collingwood, grabbed by Hawthorn. The kick by Woods. Deer outnumbered 2-1. He doesn't attempt the mark, he punches on. Scholl again, he's past 30 possessions. To McGrath. Short pass, they're setting it up. Minch on centre wing, takes the mark. His 8th mark for the day.
David Minch right in front of the commentary box. Kicks a very high ball to centre half forward. Barnes and Crawshay. Great contest by both the big fellas. Crawshay does very well indeed. Sets up Collins with the run. Crawford there to help. Crawford chips it in front of Taylor. Taylor can't manage it. Hall mopping up beautifully at the back. Stands. Puts McGrath under pressure. Back to Hall. Hall out wide to Hickmott. Hickmott has Minch, and the ball ends up in that direction. Minch off quickly, really to no one in particular. Young takes the mark as well as a bad centre half back. He has Collins out wide, and Collins will now stream up with Holland being available out wide as well, and Holland with another mark. Awkward kicking style, kicks, Graham stands, can't control it, and the ball spills over the back. Crawford, terrific pickup, gets around Simpson. Graham there to help is caught. Once again, Hawthorn just relentless with their push at the ball forward. And a terrific contest all round. And the ball ends up out of bounds.
Good effort by Gibson. Really had a go at that ball. First game.
In the forward pocket for the Hawks. Goal here might nearly seal it. Bunn out of the air but kicks into the pack. It spills to Scholl, who's been absolutely sensational. Managed only a couple of games for North Melbourne. Hocking goes over the top to Minch. Blind hand pass. Crawshay takes one high. And the free kick goes to Simon Crawshay.
He's got to slow it down, take his time.
Hasn't he stood up in the ruck in the absence of Lawrence? Take out Platten, Pritchard, Hudson and Dunstall, a last-minute withdrawal. And nobody gave Hawthorn a hope that they might steal the points here. Comes to the first gamer. Gibson goes round the corner. Stevenson's kicked a couple of goals. Can't get past the tackle. He's lost it. Pickering has it for the Cats.
Flickering clear. Collins stands in the best spot. McDonald reads well off hands. Runs onto it. Kicks an underground kick. And out to the safety of the boundary line. Very, very intelligent kick. And we're now down to 29 seconds. And can the Cats steal this game? Only one kick in it. And the game's had a excitement galore from the first bounce. Crawshay pushes to the boundary line and wastes some valuable time. 24 seconds. 5 points the margin. As they've done most of the day, Barnes and Crawshay again on the boundary line. Barnes tries to get something going over the back. Intelligent knock to Hocking. Hocking quickly off. Minch. Give it off to Brown. He does. Here's a chance for the Cats. In front is Graham and takes a great mark. 7 seconds to go. And Mark Graham has Darren Jarman out wide, puts it on top of his head, and a fantastic mark, and a Hawthorn victory, and a most unlikely one by 5 points.
Well, that victory today will go down in the history books for the Hawthorn Football Club, Don Scott, as one of their most famous, I reckon. Take out some of the names, and for them to get up with those youngsters was sensational.
Well, Hawthorn Drew have got a couple of teams posted up in their board at their club rooms. Goes back to about 1969 when they took on Essendon with a depleted side. That team went up on the board. A couple of sides have gone up since in the 80s, and maybe this team could go up and go alongside those other three teams. It's a terrific effort, undermanned as you mentioned, but they started behind the 8 ball. Geelong got the first score, and then Hawthorn came back. They were committed. You can see there the excitement on those guys' faces. Geelong a little bit complacent. They realised they had a battle on their hands in the last quarter. Really did lift the work rate, but it was just too far. They give Hawthorn too